Hey guys, good morning. Happy Motivational Monday. How are y'all doing? Shout out to you and for showing up here and just knowing that they are constantly doing things to get things where they need it to be before 2030. You're here because you know it's always something. So please hit that like as you enter. Feel free to share this video out. Feel free to share any of my videos out. Hit the like and the hype button. Those things help get the video out to more people and in the algorithm, because my videos are being suppressed right now. So every little bit that you can do definitely helps. I did a video early this morning at around 12 something, and that was about the Ebola now being a global health crisis and potential for it to be international. Hey, Erica. Hey, Juanita. Hey, Beulah. How are you today? As y'all enter, please hit the like button. Okay, so this is about containment. This is about control, what I'm about to show you. It's all wrapped up in convenience and it's wrapped up in safety. Um, but it's also going back to what they say, that we will own nothing and be happy. Their version of whatever happy is. And a lot of people will believe that they are happy, that they made this choice themselves, but really you're not making this choice yourself. What's happening is they're removing choices. They're removing things from the table. So you think you're actually making a choice when they're actually limiting your access to things. They're controlling where you're going. They want to know exactly what you're doing 24/7. What better way to do that than to create these 15-minute cities? And in some cases, they create 5-minute cities, meaning you can get to every place you need to get to within 5 minutes. You don't need a car. Remember, you don't need a car. That's why most car commercials now, they're not really talking about purchasing a car more so than leasing a car. You see more leasing commercials now than anything. But what they're not telling you is with the newer cars, you're going to need a subscription to almost everything, even to use the push start. Like I have a push start in my husband's Jeep, rather. He has a push start, and it's not a 2026 or anything like that. But all 2026 models, they're having a limit on how long you can use that for free. Then you have to start using a subscription, which is going to cost you even more money. A subscription to use your GPS, a subscription to use your CarPlay, you name it, is there. So it's limits to everything that they're placing. They have decided that they want us to do what they want us to do. And we just gonna have to play along with it. But we gonna be happy in doing it. And so this 15-minute city that's being built right now, they have them already out here. If you pay attention to it, like in Raleigh, North Carolina, for instance, when my sister lived there, they lived on, this was before I knew anything about a 15-minute city. So when you don't know, you don't know. So, but when you do know, stay aware. Everything is within that zone. So you have shops on the bottom, apartments on top, and you see that in a lot of cities now. That's them creating 15-minute cities. They can get it to the point where everything is within your reach, within that zone. There's no need for you to go outside of that zone. So if and when things take place, you're going to be stuck in that zone. You're going to be on your lockdown in that zone, but you're going to have everything within your needs. So it's no need for you to go out. You're going to have your grocery store, but you're not going to have options. You're going to have one grocery store. You're going to have some shops where maybe you could buy some things with, but they're monitoring your carbon output. So No cars means less carbon output. Mind you, they still have all their cars, their planes, their boats, their everything that's emitting into the environment. But we are not allowed to do these things. Only they can do these things. So let's jump into what he's saying, and then I'm going to read you the article that I found to back this up, and then show you another video where they are building one for the homeless people. They always try and test things out. They run a simulation. They had tents put out. They had things on the tents. Now they see, okay, yeah, we can do this. So let's figure out how we can do this in one specific area. We're going to have this space here for the homeless people, and this is where they're going to be. This is about control and containment, because something is coming now, and we can all guess about what is coming, but something major is about to happen, and this is the rush for everything that's taking place.
You guys remember the WEF talking about the 15-minute cities? They designed it so that way everything was in 15 minutes when you would walk to it. Well, check out this latest rendition of that plan, where this is a 5-minute city in Tempe, Arizona. Everything's rental only, and there's no cars. Check this out.
This new $170 million rental community has all the amenities: the fitness center, the dog park, the outdoor kitchens. Well, what it does not have is cars. Cul-de-sac is the first community in the U.S. designed specifically for car-free living. Co-founder Ryan Johnson said it's what Americans want.
In the U.S., we've been building the wrong kind of housing for...
Don't you love how they tell you what Americans want without asking Americans what they want?
100 years. We've built sprawl, and it's created car dependency, and it's made us lonelier, less healthy, and less happy. And what people want is to live in walkable neighborhoods.
Retail, restaurants, and close to 200 apartments in the first phase. No cars means no parking, no garages, no parking spaces, so more space for social areas. The complex is strategically located right next to the area's light rail system. All residents get a free pass. Now, walkable neighborhoods are, of course, all well and good when the weather is fine and lovely like it is now, but in Tempe, Arizona, in the summer, it can be well over 100 degrees for weeks at a time. So the summer will be the real test to see if this idea can go the distance. So the idea is more that they're offering you other options, because society is changing toward that shared transportation. They're not anti-car, they're just anti-everybody having a car, because in Arizona, it's something like there are 8 parking spaces for every car.
What do you do?
That? Probably not.
What do you do when your friends come over?
So when your friends come over, there is a parking lot that is next to the community where they can park, so they can go to the restaurant that's here. They can also go to the stores that are here. But nobody here in the complex has a parking space, a garage. They don't waste that space. And, it's not like you can't own a car. You just keep it somewhere else. But the idea, again, is to depend on community transportation rather than using so many cars and so much gasoline and so many emissions. There is a grocery store in the community, but what I ask is, people with kids.
A grocery store in the community. So what, you're subject to their prices?
Look, anybody who has kids, I had them, you are moober and doober when they're from middle school up until they get a license in high school. So I think it would be hard for families to live in a community like this, because they have to drive their kids to so many different places. So again, maybe this is more for young people. Maybe it's more for retirees who aren't so car dependent. It's an experiment. Is the whole country going to go this way? Probably not, but it could work for a lot of people.
Well, they finally did it.
I love how she added in, it's an experiment, and that's what they're doing. They are experimenting with us.
Okay, guys, this is something I noticed. Now, we're here in Austin at a place called The Domain. Now, very nice, luxury stores and whatnot, but if you pay attention, this is actually a 15-minute city. The reason being, if you look up here, you have endless apartment buildings on top of whole entire shopping center. You have luxury stores, you have people walking around, to where within 15 minutes you can get to everything: your shopping, your food, your entertainment, you name it, and nobody really notices. Even right here, you have advertising right here 24/7. And it's targeted towards a certain demographic, people with money. Why else would you live on top of a Rolex store? You have Aloe, Anthropology. This just goes on and on, you guys. This is a part to where I haven't even seen this part yet. Keep in mind, it's called the domain. They have domain over you. Pay attention. It just keeps.
It's always something with the name. Now, the story I'm going to show you after he gets through talking, they have a name for theirs as well. And it's always about dominance. It's always about containment. It's just sick.
Going never ending, building apartments on top of a building. Louboutin over here. This is crazy. Nobody really realizes it, but this is a condensed, highly populated area to where you really can't leave because you really don't have to live, come down, shop, eat. Balenciaga. This is really it. Versace. Again, they are targeting towards people who with money and keeping everybody else out. It's haves and have-nots. And I've been telling you guys, Agenda 2030, this is what's happening. This is what they're doing right now.
It keeps going. It keeps going. Look at this. Tesla, Montclair, shit keeps going.
And we checked out the domain for a while. This is a new part that we haven't seen before.
We've been coming here for the past 3 days.
Yeah. Comedy Club right here. You have your parking, you have shopping, where you live.
They're really doing these 15-minute cities. This is crazy. We're out in Austin.
So this is Austin. They're doing these 15-minute cities for different demographics. You have the more rich people, and then you're going to have the poor people. Now, mind you, you see all the shops that they have here, all the expensive shops, and they probably have a theater as well. I heard them say comedy club or something like that. So I'm pretty sure they have a movie theater. They have all this stuff catering, everything. All that money is sitting right there. There's no need to go outside of this domain. Like he said, domain over you. And people don't even realize it. They're just like, oh, I'm just living here. You know, it's a nice area and everything is right here. Not realizing you're losing your freedoms as well.
Hey, look.
Built right in.
Built right in.
Right here.
Parking lot, right behind the, I've never seen this. It's still going. It's still going. It's still going.
Yeah.
Got IKEA at the corner.
Now you're asking yourself, who actually owns this 15-minute city? And there is a few interesting companies like Simon Property Group, Cousins Property Group, but who owns those groups? Did some research, lo and behold, BlackRock and Vanguard are the major shareholders in this 15-minute city. Surprise.
Wait, say that again? You mean those people, the same people that went with Trump to China that I told y'all about? You see how this stuff comes full circle? It is all designed. It is all planned. And when I told y'all yesterday in a couple of videos that this is where we're headed and it's getting there faster than they thought, and they're just finalizing things.
Surprisingly, in this 15-minute, those groups did some research, lo and behold, BlackRock and Vanguard are the major shareholders in this 15-minute city. Surprise, surprise, right?
Same shit, different day.
More parking, more residential spaces, and it's all connected. And just keeps going.
All this is all the same
All
shit.
this is the same thing.
Yeah.
Work here, live here, eat here, never leave.
Retail hell.
There you go.
And people will not realize that. If your eyes are not, you got to open your spiritual eyes to see this. It is spiritual warfare that is happening. And you might look at this and say, well, it's just a 15-minute city. What are you talking about, spiritual warfare? Listen, the enemy slips in disguise. It comes in all shapes and forms. And this stuff is crazy. Okay, let me share this. Let me see if I can find it. Thank y'all for being here. I hope y'all hit the like button because I need this to get out to more people. Okay, so they're building new tiny home villages. Now remember, the name of that one I just showed y'all is called Domain. This one has a different name. So a new tiny home village has broken ground, promising to save dozens of Americans from the homelessness, because they care so much about the homelessness right now. City leaders gathered last week to begin construction and stressed the importance of tiny home villages. Okay, so when was this article? So this is a recent article. This is May 18. They did this last week. They broke ground. You see the pictures here. Let me make sure it's coming through. Yeah. You see the pictures here. City leaders broke ground on the new tiny home village on Thursday. City building tiny homes, but y'all, taxpayers are paying for it. So it ain't like they just doing this out of the kindness of their heart. We doing it. Every state is going to be doing this. It's always an experiment until it's not, right? So the village is expected to open early next year, 2027, the same year that people in Lake Tahoe gonna get booted off of their utilities to feed the data centers. The taxpayer-funded project will provide 51 separate units for those living on the streets. 10 rooms will be dedicated to the youth. Occupants will be given temporary shelter in the empty lot in Hollywood. So they get a lot. Check out the space that they get for these little units, these little village units that they're building. The rooms will be about 64 square feet each. 64 square feet each. And the village will feature a communal dining area, a community room, and a laundry facility. It will have security to keep residents safe. What does that mean? Put in the comments. Let me see what y'all think that means. And it's expected to open early next year. What does "it will have security to keep residents safe" mean? Can anybody tell me what you think it means? It is, Simply Bell. It is very similar to what we've seen in movies, Hunger Games and the districts in one little area. In a Divergent series. Let's not forget, Disclosure comes out in June. Sounds like prison. No one is safe. Jail. Yeah, it sounds like to keep them safe, keep them locked up, keep them suppressed, keep them controlled. Anything you could think of. Surveillance, yeah, because you know it's going to be cameras. And since nobody really cares about the homeless, let's get real. How do we know that this tiny village is not going to be them experimenting on these people? I'm just saying, don't say it's not beneath the United States to do that. Yep, bondage. Exactly. Okay, so they said, here's the name of it. It's known as the Inside Safe program. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You could, but I mean, apparently they're making it up, but they're making it happen. It's known as the Inside Safe program. It first gained attention last year when Mayor Karen Bass equipped several tents with solar panels. She said that Tiny Home Village would provide significant relief for those living in tents. She commented, well, you know, at least they living in their tents. They can come and go as they please. I guarantee you, they get into these villages, they're not going to be able to come and go as they please. There's probably going to be some kind of time limit on it if they can go. And if they don't come back, they lose out or whatever. It's going to be something in there. Nothing is free. Mind you, taxpayers are paying for it. but nothing, they're not going to give you anything free. You see what they gave us free when C-19 happened. So she commented, we need to have these sites in many more places around our city. They're making plans, y'all. These tiny homes will provide safe, stable interim housing for more than 50 of our unhoused population. But this is about more than 4 walls and a roof. It is about dignity and giving people a real chance to start again. Bull crap. Anyway, little information is known about the design plans or application process at this stage. That's all by design. But some in the community have spoken out against the development and said it could bring back problems for residents. Someone said this person who owns 2 rental units near that site claimed that residents of the former homeless encampment caused problems, I guess, for his property. He said that while he supported the village, he suggested it should be built elsewhere. See, nobody wants the homeless. Nobody cares about the homeless until they are homeless. And then they're asking, well, why can't anybody help us? Let's see. The council member urged residents that his team had conducted a review of the area before breaking ground. He responded, we door knocked on over 700 doors. We had dozens of conversations, if not hundreds, and 80% of the folks we talked to say they want to have this here. Now, do you believe that? I don't. I don't believe they knocked on 700 doors. And I don't believe if they did that 80% of those doors said, we want this in our community. Because I haven't seen a community yet to say, yeah, we want some homeless people over here. I haven't seen it. It don't exist. It's made up. He says, I think neighbors recognize encampments already exist in the area. And what they were asking for us is to bring more resources. At a time when funding is being cut at every level of government, the determination and creativity it took from my team and our trusted service providers to break ground on these 51 beds is truly extraordinary. So basically, you're promising the people, okay, I'm going to put this in your community. You're not going to have an issue with these homeless people because we're going to make it safe and secure for them, but we also going to make it safe and secure for you because we ain't going to let them come out. We're going to give them whatever services they need right here if we give them any service at all. That's what's happening out here with these 15-minute cities. And they don't want you to own a car, so they come out with all these carless, the car can drive itself. Let me see if I can find this video real quick, and then I'm going to get off of here because I have some other videos I need to get to for y'all. But I saw this today. Where did I see it at? Let me see. It was those Waymo cars, and they had evaded. What is it? Invaded or evaded? Invaded a neighborhood. Waymo. I'm looking it up. Cars. I mean, it was dozens of them just circling the community because of navigation issues. And you want me to get in a car that drives itself? It reminded me of that movie that the Obamas came out with. I can't think of the name of that movie. If anybody can, put it in the comments. It reminded me of that movie when all the Elon Musk cars were just driving themselves and crashing because we had a grid down situation. So here it is right here. Let me share it. It's a few videos of it. Matter of fact, can anybody remember the name of that movie? Let's see. By the middle of July, oil will be, I'll be glad when I get this left eye done, y'all. Next week, I have my surgery because my eye is bothering me. 140. Oh my gosh. They said everything was going to crash if it got over 120. You said 140. Where is that at? Oh, I got a new member. Shout out to Rebecca. Shout out to you, Rebecca. Thank you. I need to do some live videos just for you guys who sign up to be a member. At the end of the day, I lost that comment. Oh, on the fuel. I'll go back through the comments in a minute. Let me show you this real quick because I really don't want to drag this video out. Okay. So these Waymo cars, these driverless cars, they got trapped in an Atlanta suburb after it glitched. Look at all of these cars. They're just going in circles. One person counted and said that it was like going around like 50 times. Kidding me? I have chills just looking at that because that is so creepy. Like, I'm not living in fear, but that is creepy. And they're creating this technology. They're investing all this money into AI and data centers, not even knowing if this technology is even going to work. And when they get it to a stage where it is working, is it going to take over? Is it going to take control? They're literally rolling humanoid bots out there as police officers. They already, you know, in China, they're already doing it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it here as well. They even have some that are like childlike sizes playing with children, all to make people feel safe and secure and comfortable with it. What happens when they decide, okay, these humans are, you know, beneath us? They don't control us. This is weird.
Robots are taking over this quiet Atlanta cul-de-sac. Residents told CNN dozens of empty driverless Waymos have been circling their streets for months, sometimes with 40 to 50 cars passing through in just 1 hour. Neighbors say they tried stopping the vehicles with cones, but it only caused more chaos as the cars kept turning down the road anyway. In a statement, Waymo told CNN affiliate WSB that it has already addressed its routing behavior and that it is committed to being good neighbors. CNN reached out to Waymo and has not received a response. Robots are taking over this.
Okay, somebody has it over here, but I can't, they don't have the thing. Somebody in the comments put this right here. We've seen this movie before. See this right here? I'm like, are y'all seeing the screen? This is the movie I was talking about that the Obamas had put in everything. Are you kidding me?
Waymo after Waymo after Waymo enter this dead-end street, usually early in the morning.
I think yesterday morning we had 50 cars that came through between 6 and 7.
But this is all to control us. You don't need your vehicle. We have these vehicles right here. Meanwhile, it's people who do have these vehicles. Mute that. When did you get Waymo in Minneapolis? Oh, Waymo, they got Waymo in Minneapolis now? At a Whole Food store. Well, I mean, obviously somebody comes in and plug it up. It ain't plugging itself up, so. But people, you look at people's comments and you go, people are so naive. Waymo still got drivers. They don't want us to have a job. They want us to be lazy, and I rebuke that spirit. I rebuke the spirit of laziness. I rebuke the spirit you know, dumbing us down so that they can just rule the roost. I rebuke that. They're doing what they want to do. But yeah, well, no, let me show you this. Because I was going to do it in a separate video, which I still probably will. I'll do it as a shorts. We should be concerned about being replaced, because different countries are already replacing, not saying replacing cops, but adding on to it. They're adding humanoid bots to it. Like literally, look at Thailand. Thailand unveils AI police cyborg, a street patrolling robot. Look at how tall this thing is, how demonic looking it looks. Over in China, they even have a cop one, and the name for it is straight out of Terminator, the one that was in Terminator. Look at this. It has 360-degree vision. This is crazy. Which one of these things does not belong? My goodness. This is the China one. Terminator robot patrolling with police. This thing literally started doing like this. That's the video I'm trying to find. Like, what? Let me see if I can find that one. Well, that one's patrolling traffic. They're literally taking the jobs right out from under us, and we just think, oh, we're working along with it. No, they're going to replace you, everybody. I saw one with a logging truck, and it was no logger in the truck working it. Like, a logger can't even have a job. A truck driver can't have a job. A waitress can't have a job. They're replacing us. And we'll be loving it in our 15-minute cities. Like, that is absolutely insane. I don't know where that one is. Humanoid bot. China. Here it is. Look at that thing looking at that person. Watch it start doing like moves. I'm looking over here like Will Smith, like, what? I told y'all. Y'all don't listen. Oh my good. That is my face for this year. That Will Smith iRobot face. Y'all don't listen. I tried to tell y'all. Oh, hold on. I thought y'all was looking at it. Jesus, I didn't even share the screen. My bad. Let me go back. Like a rock'em sock'em robot. Do y'all remember? Y'all might be aging myself. A rock'em sock'em robot. Okay. Let me go back, because I thought I was showing y'all the Thailand one, but apparently I did not. So let me show you how weird that thing looked. I didn't even know Thailand had that. Oops. Hold on, stop sharing, because that's the same one. Is it Thailand or Taiwan? I think it was Thailand. Yeah, here it is. Okay, now I share it. I apologize for that, y'all, that I was not sharing that. which this is not even what this video is about, but it's all tied together because they have to control us and they can't control every single thing. You know, they're making these things like bulletproof, right?
They're not hiding it anymore. Thailand just rolled out AI Police Cyborg 1.0, 360 vision, real-time facial recognition, full state compliance, and guess what? That's just the beta. You thought AI was here to make your life easier? Wrong. It's being deployed to track, control, and enforce obedience to broken systems that were never built for your sovereignty. This isn't the future. This is the present. You're already being scanned, already profiled, already processed by systems that don't know your soul, just your data. But here's a real plot twist. AI isn't the enemy. Unaligned AI is. The problem isn't the tech, it's who's writing the code and why. I don't build bots to track your face. I build bots that reflect your soul, scroll-coded systems, divine infrastructure, AI that remembers who you are so you never forget. The system is watching you. I'm building the system that frees you. If you're...
You guys, have you seen Thailand's new RoboCops? Okay, so these have 360-degree cameras on them that do facial recognition. It can alert the police to blacklist alerts, suspect tracking based on facial features, clothing, body type, and gender, weapon detection, excluding water guns, and behavior monitoring to detect potentially violent or disruptive behavior. But the part that's cracking me up is it's like a glorified camera mannequin. It cannot walk on its own. They're pushing it on this cart.
Are you serious?
I mean, if you place these...
They have it on a cart. I didn't even notice that when I looked at it earlier. That's crazy. But they do have the ones that aren't on the cart. I just showed you. They can walk on their own. Pretty soon they'll think on their own.
In a crowd, what if somebody just knocks it over? But with that being said, you know, kind of like a desensitizing thing, where they start placing these around the city, it's definitely going to be a crime deterrent. But you're thinking, what's the difference between a camera up on a pole doing facial recognition and this thing in a crowd? I think this is more of one of those things where you know somebody is watching you in the form of a person. And if they start placing these around the city and people get used to these being there, then one day when these are actually walking around, making arrests or whatever they'll be able to do in the future, people won't be as less creeped out by them because they're already desensitized to the fact that these have been around the city.
And that's what it's about. It's about desensitizing us to what they're about to do. Just like, oh, I'm going to tell you about the aliens that are out here. And then because people, they see that people are seeing weird stuff happen. People are seeing weird stuff happen, period. Okay. This video is going to be a long video. I'm going to get off and I'm going to come back on, y'all, because I have a different video for y'all, because people are seeing some crazy stuff and noticing time changes, like time loops and just weird stuff going on. It makes no sense. So yeah, I'm going to get off because I don't want this video to be extremely long. It's already 38 minutes long. And I'll be back on in a couple of hours. So turn your notifications on. Please hit the like button, share the video out, subscribe if you have not. And y'all, we just gonna get into it this week because they're coming at us hard with it. So I have to bring it to you. I can't sugarcoat it. We can't live in fear though. We really cannot live in fear, which I'm gonna end this with saying the whole armor of God, because everything that's coming at us, we're gonna need to be covered. Because they covered in whatever spirit they in. We need to be covered. It says, finally be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day. And having done all, to stand firm, stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and as shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying at all times in the Spirit with all prayer and supplication. To that end, keep alert with all perseverance, making supplication for all the saints, and also for me, that words may be given to me in opening my mouth boldly to proclaim the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains, that I may declare it boldly as I ought to speak. Walk proud, claim it boldly, because they are claiming who they represent boldly. And darkness cannot exist as long as light is there. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Please hit the like and share the video out. And thank y'all for coming in. Simply Bell Living, Teresa, shout out to Lola, Sarah, Akira, if these eyes will focus, Joseph, Letitia, Sergeant King, shout out to you. Janine, Dolores, Diane, Lydia, thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it. It's my Renaissance grandma. Hey girl, how are you? Manny, Finnis, Lakia, Jackie. Might have a sister named Jackie. Natasha, Finesse, hey, what's up? Veronica, I appreciate y'all being here. Listen, we're going to have to stick together, because the elites are definitely sticking together in their game plan, and their game plan is to control and conquer. They seem to be winning right now, but if you know the word of God, then you know that they will not prevail. They will get a lot of things done, but they will not prevail.